Good evening.
Good evening, Tony. How are you, dear?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, good. It's been kind of a crazy day, but it all worked out in the end. And for people that saw the link that we put up yesterday, tonight's show was supposed to be kind of a chit chat and a Q&A with my mom. And she's been doing better the last couple of days. A lot of people know she's been struggling and went for about 8 weeks bedridden, which is why I came up here a month before Christmas, and I'm still here in Georgia for the foreseeable future. I mean, until she's at a place where she's stronger and better and ready to get back on with the show. But Christine's got an injury. Mom's not feeling well. And it was going to be kind of a family gathering tonight to let people ask questions and, just talk about whatever they wanted to talk about. Because I've been wanting to do this since I got here. And it was out of the question up until this week. Right. It was out of the question that Mom could handle it. But as it turns out tonight, she could. So a few hours ago, she was sitting right here in her rocker and she's like, honey, I just don't think I can do this tonight. I really am so tired and I need a pain pill and I need to go to bed. And so I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, that's okay, Mom. And I've already put the link out and told people and, and I can't explain that to her. She doesn't even know how these machines turn on. So
totally understand. The most important thing is she gets some rest and feels better. That's the most important.
Yep, and she had a really good dinner. I made beef stew. She's in bed. She's down for the count. And so I'm sitting here, like right here, with my little dinky dog by my side. And I looked at her. I'm like, Peanut, like we are so screwed because, it's the show's in 2.5 hours, 3 hours, and we don't have a guest. And I realized that I had been texting back and forth with my friend Casey Baldwin earlier in the day because we were in cahoots about something, which we'll talk about shortly. And so I reached out to her, and then her son, Brady, I'm so near and dear to me, I might as well have birthed him myself. And I was like, I need an immediate replacement family. Do you folks think, like I need an alternative universe family? I need a replacement family immediately. And would you consider coming on as a family so that we can tell our story of our cosmic reunion, how I came to fall madly in love with these incredible people, and share that with our audience tonight.
That's awesome.
Because this is part of the world awakening as well, to be open enough with your heart that perfect strangers can become perfect family and friends, just like that.
Very true.
I met these people 1.5 years ago. I've been in their actual physical company probably a grand total of 5 or 6 hours, and I adore them. And when everybody that watches A World Awakening meets the Baldwin family, or like I like to refer to them as the Brady bunch, because Brady and family, but Brady and company. I think everyone else will be as charmed as I am. The last time we saw each other was actually at the farmhouse, my childhood home, over Halloween weekend. And so we have that to talk about and a few dozen other things. And I'm sure we'll have lots of comments. And I want to share them with everybody.
Awesome.
And I've wanted to do this for a while. It occurred to me, and then I thought, it occurred to me back last October. Wow, it'd be so cool if I had the whole family on the show. Nah, they'll never do that. I kind of dismissed it. Well, today, the universe said, call Casey and Scott and get the family on the show tonight. So voila, without further ado, let's bring them in.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Good evening. And you've had a chance to meet Tony Rathman
Yes.
and Bill, my general manager at KGRA, just prior to the show. The camera is perfect. You're all in the shot.
Yes.
It couldn't be better. And I welcome you to A World Awakening.
Thank you,
Thank
Andrea.
you so much.
Thank you all for the invite.
It's an honor to be on your show.
Hi,
Erin.
Hi,
Hi,
Erin.
Erin.
You remember Erin from the farm?
Yes, wonderful.
Yes.
She's so sweet.
Okay, so go around, introduce each one of yourselves. Who is who?
Hi,
Who's
John.
married?
Hi.
Who's sisters? Who's
I'm Scott. I'm Dad.
and your dad,
I'm Casey. I'm Mom.
Mom.
I'm Caroline. I'm the oldest.
Yes, you are. You have my mother's kind of nickname.
And I'm the one and only Brady.
You are the one and only Brady, and who's hiding in the corner back there that we thought was an imaginary friend.
Hi, my name's Jack, and I'm the youngest.
Lovely to meet you finally, my dear. That's wonderful. Oh, what just came up on the screen? I missed it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I didn't catch it.
Something came up on the screen, I think.
It was
Hi,
Heidi.
Heidi.
Oh, okay.
Hi,
Heidi, yes. She's so lovely.
Oh,
We have viewers all over the world. We have a group of people in, I believe, either New Zealand or Australia that get together and have breakfast on Saturday morning and watch the show. So hello to New
Good
Zealand
morning.
and Australia on the other side of the world. They're so ahead of the game. We are so behind the times on this side of the world. So what I wanted to do is Brady is coming up on a really important birthday, which is 17. It's like the last after when you hit 18, that's it, honey. They throw you out of the house. You got to have your own, make your own way in the world, right? Isn't that how it goes?
Absolutely.
Oh no, I'm 64 and I still live with my parents. So
Smart lady.
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So don't worry about a thing, Brady. I'll talk to them. They're keeping.
Okay, good.
We're not pushing them out, so.
And if for any reason you need a place, you just come be my kid, okay? Because
Okay.
I'll take you. They'll just put you on a plane, fly you to wherever I am, and I'll put you in my suitcase, and we're going.
Be careful, Andrea. He'll take you up on that.
Yes. Don't say that twice.
Oh well, he knows I mean it too. He does. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about is I was thinking once I finally had you booked, so to speak, I was thinking, okay, let's go back to the beginning. And we met about a year and a half ago, I believe, in Middleborough at the what's the name of the theater? The Abbey. Is it the Abbey Theater?
It's okay for the school.
Yeah.
Theater.
It was
Yes,
in a theater.
Yeah, it's slipping me right now, but my friend Lorna Brunel is the one that brought me in to do a presentation, a lecture, right around Halloween, and your whole family had taken. It's it's a beautiful theater and its layout is lovely, but your whole family had taken a round corner table right at the side of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was doing my lecture that night, my energy kept being drawn over to your family, and I didn't know what that was, but I say yes to the universe. And so when we had a break in the action, as I recall, tell me if I'm wrong, but as I recall, I went over and I started chatting with all of you.
Yes,
and then at the end of it, we took pictures, we exchanged numbers, we, had time together at the end of the presentation.
That's right.
And it meant so much to me. I just, we immediately, like by that night, we had connected in text, and yes, have I got the number right? And yes, and here's a picture of me. And so everybody's got, I've got everybody's pictures in their assigned numbers. Yeah. And we've just stayed in touch all this time. And then when I did the event for Halloween at the farm, I got there just before you were leaving. You had done your tour of the farm.
Yes.
And you were leaving, and we had about half an hour together that had I been any later than my arrival, I would have missed you entirely. So again, thank you
Yes.
that we had that time and we had those photographs and we had that pleasure of sharing each other's company.
It was a pleasure.
It was
It's
nice too
wonderful.
because that's when I met Erin, and it was so nice to see her in person, and I saw
You saw
Julie
Jacqueline
again, and I
and
met
Dottie.
Jackie.
And for me, Andrea, the first night that you came on, the anticipation was big because I couldn't wait to see you. And then when you came out, I'm like, wow, this is her. And then you started talking, and I was just amazed, like what you've gone through in your childhood and your entire life. Like it's just incredible. And it gives me the chills talking about it now, because just to sit there and listen to it, I was like, wow, this is the woman. She lived it, you know? And like you said, it was just, I don't know, it was almost like natural. Like we just started chatting and just amazed at what you've gone through, what you people have been through. And I don't know, it's just, it caught me, you know? It really did.
I don't know what it is about meeting certain people in life that you feel like you already know each other. You know, that you, I mean, Casey, you and I particularly had that, like, we just kind of locked eyes for a couple of minutes. And I just felt like, God, I know this woman's soul. We must go way back. And
Wow.
and Brady, I just felt such a warmth and a tenderness and kind of a protectiveness, almost a parental like thing. Like, this is my boy, I'll take care of him. You know, I mean, I just love this.
He's
You
a
know,
good
and you were 15 when we met. You were 15 when we met, and and I have another 15er. I think he's 16 now. Brennan Vanderveer is I have several young boys in my, not young boys, young men in my life who I treasure and I adore. And you're right there, buddy. I got to tell you, you are right there. And oh, how my flowers, he always brings me, Scott, you know, really good job teaching this young man how to make an old lady feel special. He never shows up without a bouquet of flowers for me. And when I put them in water, they bloom into something that is, I photograph them from every angle. It's like, I don't know, there's something just so special and alive, and the colors are so brilliant and vibrant. And I know he carefully picked that bouquet just for me. And, you know, there's
he loves you. He loves you, and he's all heart. He's all heart.
He is.
He's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, all I can say is good job. Good on ya for raising these extraordinary children into adults that are going to help heal the world. You know, you had said, Casey, you had said something to me a little earlier about when we were on the phone about Brady feeling changed by us meeting, by our association becoming more than just passing in the night, but that, you know, we actually came together in such a meaningful way. Brady, you know, if you're comfortable with it, talk about that experience, because I know how it impacted me. How did it impact you?
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. Ever since I met you, it just, I don't know. It just changed my whole perspective on life, like about the afterlife and about the paranormal field. And I don't know. I just kind of got inspired and
Like open your
and,
eye
and
more.
yeah, it opened my eyes more, my mind, and and I'm like, you know, maybe this might be something I want to do. Maybe this might be something that I want to further my education in, and hopefully find a career for it.
Wow. I didn't know you had taken that leap, and I'm so glad, because, you know, at some point we have to pass the torch. You know, at some point the younger people in the field, like Cody and Satori, and, you know, people in your age range that are kind of coming up and growing into this, will be the ones that carry this field forward, because we'll all just be too tired. So
right, yeah.
It's important to me to know that there are good, intelligent, responsible people to pass that torch to. You know, young men, young women.
Yeah, he's definitely takes this very serious, and he's just a good boy, and he has an intuition, and
he's lucky too, Andrea, that he has you as, I mean, he looks up to you as a mentor, a role model, and it also helps Casey and I as well, because obviously this is new to us. I mean, when I grew up, I wanted to be in law enforcement. Casey was into nursing. We knew what we wanted to do. And we were fortunate. Not everybody does, but now he's talking about what he wants to do. And he's like, Dad, I'd really love to like join, you know, Andrea and learn from her and gain any type of knowledge she's willing to pass on to me. And it's like, we don't know how do you guide a 16-year-old to 17-year-old almost to the paranormal as a living, as a, you know, to pursue. And it's just great because through you, he has different avenues, and, you know, you just opened his eyes to so many things. And ever since he was a kid, we always decorated for Halloween. That's our family. That's our Christmas, is Halloween. Mm-hmm. And ever since he was small, he's had a passion for it. And then as the years went on, it just, I don't know, he just got more and more, you know, into it, and
then into the real paranormal.
Into the paranormal and watching different, you know, documentaries and shows about life after death and things of that nature. And all of us here, obviously, we're true believers of it. There's no doubt.
Yeah. With our own experience.
And our own things that we've gone through. I mean, I know that when something happens to me, I know there's something there. I know I'm going, and it makes me feel comfort, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he's willing to pursue something like that. And I find it interesting. I really do, you know? So,
well,
it's good.
I can't think of a really more, I really, and I'm sure you remember me talking about this. I mean, to me, the two most important questions for humanity to answer, or to at least attempt to answer, is there something beyond our mortal existence, and are we alone in the universe?
Yeah, we are.
And those questions have been answered for me. I'm very fortunate to have lived the life that I have, to have had the experiences compounded on the experiences, to be able to come to what I think is an obvious conclusion and a plausible explanation for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And so really the only difference between me and other experiencers is that I was willing to share the details of my family's story with their permission.
And how brave are you to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just stupid. Are you kidding me? No, really. I came like that close to I mean, it took me 7 years to write the books. I ran out of money after 3. I did. It was gone. All my savings. Here I am, a middle-aged woman. Yeah. And that's only if I lived to be 80 something. Was I middle-aged at that time? And I thought, what have I done? What have I done? I've ruined my life.
No way. You took a risk, and look how many people you have inspired.
Yeah. Look at what we're doing tonight. I mean,
really,
you know,
you're just amazing.
Yeah,
you're
really
amazing
truly.
What you've done.
Yeah.
In every aspect.
It's a gift for us to be with you. It is, you know.
I know. Well, I was really looking forward to seeing your mom on tonight.
That's okay, honey. You know, you can call me anytime, and I'll just put it on video phone, and you can talk right to her.
Thank you. Your whole family is just, they're just, it's just an amazing family. Amazing.
Yeah. I'll have her on, but you know, this is, I'm going to be here for a while. It looks like her progress through this injury that she sustained in November has been slow to heal. She injured something in her back that cannot be repaired. I mean, she can't undergo any general surgery with general anesthesia. So this has to heal on its own. And at first we thought she had broken a rib or two, and it turned out to be something else. And just going through the x-rays and stuff was excruciating for her. And she was in bed for about 8 weeks. But she's getting up and about now the last week or so. She's been able to walk around the house a little bit. And yesterday it was so warm and beautiful here. I took her out on the back deck and let her watch the birdies and the squirrels and feel the fresh air and the warmth and the breeze on her face. And, you know, you don't have a lot of days in the winter like that, even in Georgia. Yeah. So we made the most of it. And we've been playing Scrabble. She's getting re-engaged.
Good.
It's not just laying in bed staring at her ceiling.
She's very fortunate to have you. That's very good.
Well, there's just nothing that matters to me more than taking care of her. It is. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, honey. She's 83, but she's been through a lot in this life. I mean, even if all she'd ever been through is what you read about in the books, it's been so much more than that. So, but we'll get together. We'll do a link. We'll do a Zoom, and so you can talk to her yourself and have that. And I will get her on the show. She could come wandering out here anytime. Literally, she could. She's been laying down for the last 2.5 hours now. She might just decide that she wants to come in and plop herself down next to me. And so if that happens, that's great. But what I wanted to talk about is the human connection. You know, even though I haven't really been able to get my arms around Jack yet and squeeze him till that will happen, Jack. I just want you to know. No, it's going to happen, dude. Just prepare yourself. Talk to your dad about it. Because I have to him too. And so he's lived through it, so he knows.
It was great.
But what drew you as a whole family to come to my lecture and at the theater? It's the Alley Theater, I believe.
The Alley Theater, yes.
Oh, that's what it was.
So
right.
I saw, it must have been online that you were going to be at the theater, and it was a fundraiser, and Brady was really into The Conjuring. So I'm like, how fantastic, how great would it be that we could take Brady to go see Andrea Perron? And sure enough, they still had tickets. So the four of us, Jack stayed home, but the four of us went. And it was just like, oh, this is great. We'll get to hear your story. And Brady, we'll get to see you. But then what came from that was just so much more. I could have sat there. We all could have sat there all day and just listened to your stories and just the way you tell your stories and the emotion and the feelings. It was just amazing. Yes. But that's how that started, and it just bloomed.
We talked about it for days afterwards. We could have, like Casey said, we could have sat there and the whole way home. That's all we discussed. You know, we were kind of sad to see it end. And I know you have a life and you had to get out of there. But we were like, we were hoping we could have Andrea for at least another hour or two, just to pick your brain and just continue to talk to you and listen to it, you know. But
okay, sure. Next time I'm up there, I'll just stay with you.
You're always welcome here. Yeah, of course. This house is always open to you. You know, always.
Always.
You know, it would be great, you know, sitting around the table at midnight, having a cup of coffee and just chatting. And
that sounds good.
Right up our alley.
Coffee sounds good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I just had one, Andrea. It sounds good.
Yeah, I've got one going right here. Brown and Hopkins Company Store, Chepachet, Rhode Island.
Very nice.
Wonderful.
Very nice. You can go.
I don't know what it is. I really don't know the answer to this. So I want all of you to feel free to chime in when I, posit this notion. But I think that it is at least plausible that we are recycled souls and that we're supposed to meet up with each other over and over and over again. And I think that that's why, some people we just kind of bump into. We never, it's hi, how are you? We never really see them again. They just kind of come and go through our lives. And I try to, be attentive to those people too, because you never know, you never know what somebody's going through. You never know if just a simple kind gesture can lift somebody out from the depths of despair that you don't even see on their eyes, on their face. You just, because they're so used to, wearing like Billy Joel's song, The Stranger. I know Scott and Casey, you can remember back that far.
Yep.
So many people wear a mask through life.
True.
They don't show the real heart. They don't want to be that vulnerable. They don't want to expose themselves to any conceivable hurt or bullying or, whatever. I mean, we're all very protective of ourselves emotionally. But when I met you, I felt from all of you such this incredible openness, but it was more than that. It was, for me anyway, it was the sensation of, I know these people. Where have I met them before? How do I know them? Why am I relating differently to them than, the couple of hundred other people that were in the room that I got to say hi to a lot of them and take photographs with them and everything. And that was great. And then, they came through the line and they went, but you folks stayed and you stayed and you stayed. And that brought us an opportunity to spend more time together, to get to know each other. But I also had this overwhelming sense of familiarity with your family and I meet thousands and thousands of people. Countless thousands of people.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell you, the vast majority of them don't have my personal cell phone number. They don't. I would go out of my mind. All I would ever do is just answer the phone. And I would love to have the time to get to know everybody that I encounter.
Sure.
Well, but I was so drawn to you. And it's inexplicable. I mean, maybe there is the possibility that we have known each other before, that maybe we were part of each other's family before, or extended, that we're clan, that we are, there seems like something ancient and ethereal and supernatural about the way that we connected. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. I think it's very plausible. And I felt the same way. It's funny because you can have a certain knack. You can spend just a few minutes with somebody. And like you had said, Andrew, you try to offer as many people kindness you meet during the day that you can. And like you said, you don't interact with everybody on a personal level, but once I got to personally myself, when I got to hear you speak, I became very comfortable. And you took the words, you said drawn. And that's the way I felt. I felt drawn, like I was watching and listening to everything you were saying. And I believe that. I really do. I believe like this, there could be a connection. And you even said at one point, which is another interest of mine, Casey might laugh, but your mom is it Native Indian?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. From a Scottish and Cherokee Indian union that goes back several generations.
Yeah, I ended up doing the DNA for the Ancestry.com, and it came back as Native, but it is Canadian Native Indian. But, you always think of these things, and I'm like, you just never know. You really don't, and it's possible. It really is. And like I said, we felt very comfortable with you, and like even you sharing your personal number with us. I mean, speaking to my child, I'm like, this is the woman from the Conjuring House. She's talking to my son. Like, how lucky is this kid? Like you're very, very fortunate, and you're such a great person, and we know you're a very busy woman and very sought after. And that's why we would never bother you. But these kids truly love you. And we appreciate you having the connection with us, because I know personally I feel the same. I felt really bad not being able to get to the farm this last visit.
Yeah. Well, I'm still holding that against you, Scott. Really.
Well,
I mean, you were the missing piece, dude.
Yeah, work was sticking
know.
to me. So
This work thing.
yeah, it's overrated.
It's just not like, oh, Cody's with us.
Hey,
Hey, Cody.
Hope you're feeling better.
Hope you feel better.
That's my young man. He had surgery.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was gonna let him get over. Yeah, just give him a day, and then I'm gonna call him tomorrow and start bothering him because
Right.
Feel better, Cody. Feel better.
Yes, absolutely.
But
But yeah, Andrea, I feel like I've known you for so long. Like I'm comfortable with you, and it's just we've only met a handful of times, so it's just like you said, the connection.
yeah,
It's the energy and the connection. Like it's there.
Yeah.
I
It's
pretty
definitely
amazing.
feel it.
Yeah. it is.
Like when we first met you, like just the way that like you were speaking, you were looking over at us, and then you came over to us, and we had like just started like just talking, and I just like felt that it was the energy was there for sure.
It was confident.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very
Absolutely.
confident. It's like you had said. It's almost like we were sitting at the family dinner table.
Just
That's
having
how
coffee
comfortable.
or-
That's how comfortable I felt. And I know that the family did. We talked about it.
And they're like, "Oh my gosh, that was." Do
Yep.
you know we were just talking?
Yeah.
about?
I know. We're like,
And it's
man.
like, but it's it's that after you think like, oh my gosh, but then like, oh yeah, we'll just have Andrea over for a cup of coffee, down the road.
I know.
It's
Definitely.
just,
I know.
it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe our paths have crossed
Very
Maybe.
possible.
before, and how amazing would that be if we all
Oh,
Each
could
other.
work together in some other life or in some
Yeah.
other dimension or even on another planet.
You
I mean,
know.
we don't know. We know this compared to that. We know
Right.
nothing compared to what there is to know. So, but I think that using your instinct and your intuition to let you know who is safe, who is welcoming, who is family, even galactically, where do we come from? And do we all come from the same place? I look into your eyes. I mean, Casey, you and I, we've spent a few hours together. How many times have we cried? I mean, really, what is that?
I'm the crier.
And me too. I mean, there's just this overwhelming emotion that surfaces like boom.
It
Like,
just
as
comes out
soon
of
as
nowhere.
Aaron will attest to the fact that as soon as I saw you when we pulled into the yard at the farm and I saw you, I came unglued. I mean, it was a good thing she was behind the wheel because
You're very sweet.
I would have probably run into the barn. I'm like, they're here, they're here, they're right here.
So
I
No,
want
the feeling's the
to.
same.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I want to say something too, because what made me laugh is that it was right after we got done touring the farm, and I got dowsing rods, and I got them, and I asked them, and I said, "All right," because I was using them for the first time, and I was like, "All right, are there any spirits here? Can you cross to yes?" And they did, and then. What was that? Okay, yes. It was when I said, "Oh, yeah, okay, can you point to where you are?" And it points to the driveway. And I look in the driveway. I see Aaron driving, and I see you in the passenger seat. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" Because like you mentioned before, when on another World Awakening, when you said that, when people went to the farm to investigate, when they said, do you know Andrea is showing up? And through the spirit box, they said, we know. And so it made me think like, yeah, they definitely think all about her and they're always there. And I know from another one where your father, Roger, had that dream about meeting the spirits and them telling him and your family that they're missed, loved. And so definitely have some spirits around you. I know for a fact. And I definitely do want to get to know them.
Well, they want to know you too. And they might already know you. It just might be your turn to come back here on this plane of action. But maybe part of the reason why you are so drawn to me and so drawn to that farm is because you have some connection to that place. I mean, it's been there almost 300 years.
Yeah.
And if we recycle, if we, come back to this place that I like to call Soul School, where the test always precedes the lesson, then maybe this is where we come to learn, to grow spiritually, to find each other. I have noticed, like when I first started lecturing in the field about maybe a dozen years ago, maybe a little more, I would occasionally run into somebody, and I met a lot of people, but I would occasionally run into somebody that I felt like I had a connection to. I just didn't know where that connection came from. Or I'd look at them and I would recognize them, but I didn't know how I would recognize them. And when I met your family, it was like those two feelings together on steroids. Like it was magnetized. And even though I interacted with everybody that came to the theater that day, and, my friends were there, helped me write, book orders, and I was there doing other things, I kept checking to make sure that you hadn't left. I kept looking over to make sure that you had don't leave. Just wait for me, okay?
I don't think you could have gotten rid of us that day.
No.
We would have been closing the doors with the
exactly.
Yeah.
We had to drag Brady out.
Yeah.
Brady needs to go.
Yeah, after that, I did not want to leave. Yeah. I wanted to stay.
You couldn't get enough. So.
And then you came to the Ocean State Paracon, and that was lovely.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, my God. Oh, I wish I could have brought my flowers home with me, Brady. I had to leave them behind, but not before they had blossomed into this beautiful bouquet, of which I have about 14 photographs. I don't think that humanity understands how profound the connective tissue between us is. Mm-hmm. I think that too many people live their lives feeling separated, dejected, like they don't fit in, not comfortable. Casey, I think, is a really good word. Not comfortable with others other than maybe their closest family members, but don't really branch out into the world in a way that leaves them open and vulnerable to love and also to pain. And I think that it's that fear of pain, having pain or feeling rejected, feeling dismissed, feeling...
Nobody wants to feel that.
Right.
No.
We've all felt it at some point in time, and it's just it's an awful feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
And it's to take that risk and extend yourself is just, if you take a little risk, the return could be tenfold.
And look at this.
Yeah.
I know that I will know all of you for the rest of my life.
Well,
that's a fact.
I know that we are bonded, that we are, and Erin saw it too. Mm-hmm. Erin's like, you have something really special with these people. Mm-hmm. When did you meet them? How do you know them? I mean, she was asking me the obvious pertinent questions.
Right.
Like, where did they come from? Wow.
Yeah. We couldn't wait to get up there. I still remember that. We were so excited, And we don't venture out much. We work and work and work. The kids go to school and,
come home. Usually it's almost my bedtime. So. Usually after a World Awakening, 11 o'clock, 11:10, come out.
Yeah. Down you go. I know. Yeah. I walk the peanut buttercup, my little peanut right here.
Yeah, peanut.
And then it's like, it's not lights out, because usually I've had a full cup of coffee, a very inspiring conversation with someone, and there's no need for me to even think about going to sleep until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. But I let myself decompress.
Yeah.
It must take you a while to decompress, considering everything you have going on. Yeah. And then, after doing the show, and it's just to settle yourself down. It must take a little bit.
Well, I have people, how can I put this? I want you to understand how really important to me you are. Like how deeply important you are in my life, how much you matter to me. And there are people that say, oh, you have this platform, this wonderful platform, an extraordinary producer, Tony, a wonderful general manager at KGRA, Bill, and we put this show together. And I've had some very famous people on the show. That's a fact. But do I feel as honored to have you on as any of them? Absolutely.
Aww.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you.
You don't have to. You don't have to. What's that song? You don't have to be a star, baby. It's my show. Where did that come from? Galactic Family for that.
Great song.
I haven't even heard that song in 30 years, and then boom, there it is.
Right.
Oh,
right.
My goodness.
You
Thank
are
you
my
so much.
stars. You are my stars, my heavenly grace. What graces my life and my world that puts a smile on my face whenever I get a text from my beautiful Brady. Casey, when I heard from you this morning, I was like, oh yeah, baby. What have they got going on now? What's going on here? So, and then when you told me, we co-conspired a little bit, Brady. You just need to know your mom and I kind of.
Oh, I had to spill the beans.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait. I had to tell him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell everybody what we talked about and what the big deal is that's coming up.
Oh, well, it's Brady's birthday on February 17th. So it's his 17th birthday. And as you know, as you've been listening, he loves the paranormal and Andrea and the farm. And Rise Up Paranormal is having an overnight investigation at the farm.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, what do you get a 17-year-old? I mean, really, a car? I can't get him a car. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, this just happened to pop up. So we were able to send Brady, and his sister will accompany him because I can't go. So Caroline will accompany Brady to an overnight at the farm, which is a huge deal for his first investigation. Yeah. And I had reached out to Andrea to ask her, to tell her excited that he was going to get to go, but also to ask, what will he need for an investigation? Is there something like I could get for him specifically? Just the ins and outs, because I don't know much about it. And Andrea gave me that information, and she was also going to try to call him on his birthday, which I thought was just how wonderful. Yeah. I could have given him a Ferrari, and that wouldn't have been anything compared to just receiving a call from Andrea. So it was
not only will my show be on that night, I have a pilot coming on to talk about things he's seen out in the wild blue yonder that night. But when the show is over, I will be calling to the farm, because that would be just the right time for you so that I would have 1 hour left of your birthday, right? Mm-hmm. There's going to be, because your birthday's on a Friday, so I would have 1 hour left, and I'm sure I'll haunt you earlier in the day as well. But it would give me an opportunity to do what I've done with other investigative groups, which is put it on speakerphone and let me talk to everybody that's there. But more importantly, let me speak with the spirits that are there so that I can instruct them, which I hate to use that word, but sometimes they need to be instructed. Sometimes they do.
I'd appreciate it as the mom.
And just let them know how important you and Caroline are to me, that you are there as extensions of my own family, that I want you treated with tender, loving care, but I also want you to have the most awesome experience that you can, that both of you are very open to knowing them and meeting them and care about them and care about their lives too and their afterlife, and that you want to have that. And what I'm told, I don't know because I'm not there, but I know a lot of groups around the country that make trips to the farm, and then I speak with them. It kind of activates the house when I call in and they hear my voice. I can't really explain that. Maybe Cody and Satori could explain it better, but it seems to activate the house. I get numerous reports about, I know, Erin, I was just going to say that.
Thank you, Erin.
You could not be with better people than Ken and Julie and Rise Up Paranormal. There is no more.
You're lucky.
I don't think there's any better investigative group in this entire country. I mean, this is not hyperbole. I am not exaggerating. Ken DaCosta is a walking encyclopedia of knowledge. Brady, sidle up to that man, get to know him. Now, I'll tell you what, he took Cody under his wing years ago. And Cody was very studious, was, very attentive to what Ken was doing, learned an enormous amount from him. And look where Cody is now.
It's amazing.
Right, yeah.
Great
Look
example.
where Cody and Satori are now.
Yeah.
Ken had a lot to do with the guidance and I don't need to be your only mentor.
Mm.
I want you, and I will let Ken know. I mean, you have not only great promise in terms of being an intuitive, possibly even a psychic. I've told you that before. I feel that very special energy that comes off there. You're drawn to this field for a reason. Right. It's really up to you to determine what that reason or multiple reasons might be that brought you. None of this happened by accident. None of it did.
Yeah.
Everything happens with purpose and reason, even if the reason does not reveal itself to us. Okay? So being there on that special day, which is your big birthday, 17 on the 17th, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Your stars will align. This is the time for you to make that leap into a different level of understanding. And it's not like going from childhood to adulthood. In many ways, you're much more mature than many adults I already know who have decades on you, okay? It's not that. But you're going to make a kind of a spiritual leap of faith, I think, at this time, and come to more clearly understand where you're going with this, why you want to know. Ask yourself these questions, and you'll recognize these questions because they are the mainstay of every good reporter or journalist or investigator out there. Who, what, when, where, why, how.
Got that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
So
It's very lucky. Very lucky.
Yeah.
Very fortunate.
I also feel too, ever since I've met you, like my spiritual level was maybe like I've always believed in the afterlife. I've always. But I definitely feel a big growth in my spirituality. And so, very, very grateful.
It's interesting for the amount of time that we've all spent together. We've never really talked about any religious affiliation. We don't really talk that way. It's spiritual. I mean, I don't even know if you guys go to church. I don't know what your religious background is, if there is one. You don't really know anything about mine, other than you probably heard me use the phrase recovering Catholic. Other than that,
ditto.
Bang. Right there.
Ditto. Nailed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They mean well. Don't get me wrong. They do. They mean well, but I think that some people have just kind of spiritually outgrown organized religion, and of any type. There's more to it than this and that and the very structured. It's so much more than the dogma and the doctrine and the memorize this and the I have rosary beads hanging all over my house from my uncle and from a good friend that passed. I got hers, and they're beautiful, and I love them. And but I know that there's a direct correlation between rosaries and the Catholic indoctrination and the prayers and the going down the beads and the one of the pairs of rosary beads that I have are the set, I should say, is from Pope John the 23rd.
Wow.
That gave them to my uncle Eugene, that served him directly at the Vatican for years and years.
Wow.
I have a Vatican priest in my family, my father's uncle, my great uncle Eugene, and he passed away very young. I believe he was only about 52 when he died. I knew the moment he died. I knew it.
Did you mention that in your book?
I think I probably did.
Because I think it sounds familiar. I think you may have mentioned that before in your book.
Yeah. And it's not.
That's crazy.
I don't feel like I have to. I feel like I live in church. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in sacred space, in my environment, in my own vessel, in my, I'm on earth. This is all sacred space to me.
Love and light.
That's right.
I feel
Love and light.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I don't believe you have to go to a building every Sunday at 9:00 to have your beliefs. I mean, love and light, and do unto others as you would want done to you. So
Absolutely.
Respect.
Like he says too, if you just love one another as I've loved you.
Yeah.
That's right.
We can all just get along.
And it's not so much about going out and being publicly recognized, saying, here I am, I'm at church. It's like you said, Andrea, it's about getting up every day and being a good human being and giving something back and making friends and doing the right thing.
A little bit of kindness goes a long way.
It. Smile at somebody, open a door. You don't see that anymore. It's not when we were kids, and I'm not knocking all, the younger generation, because we don't raise our children to be that way, but you don't see a lot of that today, and it's just go out there. We tell the kids, just be nice, be positive, do good things.
Yeah.
So
just be yourself.
Self-respect. Look yourself in the mirror and be happy with what you see.
Yeah.
And who you are.
Yes. And that generosity of spirit, we have to extend to ourselves. If we don't love ourselves,
that's right.
How can we truly love others?
That's right.
We have to, I think of us as kind of a living, breathing embodiment of God consciousness. Each one of us.
Yeah.
I think that each one of us is a little piece of the God, and it's the way it sees its own creation through our own eyes, through our own consciousness. I don't think of it as he or she. I think of it as an energy, a source, a power that, a creative energy in the universe that has created all of us. And, I haven't really talked a lot about this with any of you, but I'm very deeply attached to the galactic family.
Yes.
And I've wondered, oh my God, Ken is here? Ken DeCosta.
Ken.
Bragging on you.
My ears were ringing somewhere. What's going on? Hello, Baldwins. How are you?
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you as well. I understand we've got a little something going on next month, huh?
Yes, we do.
yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I said really, really nice things about you. Were you listening in? Did you hear?
No, don't believe any of it. I'm in my office. I've got a light over my head. It feels like I got an aura.
I love it. I love it. Salve Regina. Yeah, baby. That's a school.
No, I'm excited. I had spoken to you a little bit about what was going on there, and I'm so happy that we're able to, do something. The timing was just right, so I'm looking forward to seeing you folks. There is a lot that's going to be going on that night, so I have no doubt you're going to have an absolute ball. And has anybody been to the farm? Have any of you been before?
I have.
Yeah, Andrea has.
Yeah.
So you've been before, and you're going to be with us for 13 hours. So
I'm really jealous.
Lucky.
I think I should go instead of Caroline now. I think I may
No,
take
I'm
the
going.
ticket
I
back.
had to miss it because of work, Ken, but I got to make my way out there eventually.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
the sun just got
Just
brighter. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Lori's right, and it's not a change in the lighting.
The amount of experiences we've had there. Going back first, my God, 11 years. And now in the last year or so, being there 3 or 4 times and what we've been able to document. And we're going to be showing you some of these things. So there's a lot that's going to be going on that night. Not your typical investigation, trust me.
I can't wait. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful that I'm going to be a part of it.
Oh,
I'm going to paranormal school. Really?
Yeah.
Ken, this young man wants to pursue this in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And we were explaining to Andrea earlier how we were fortunate to, kind of connect with Andrea. And, we had that bond like right from the jump. And
yeah, she'll do that to you.
I'll tell you.
She has that magnetic personality.
We melted when we saw her. We were fixated on her. We have ever since. And he wants to pursue.
We have our paths have crossed now for, oh my God, it's been years now. And and just so glad that we could go back to the place of her childhood and just kind of research and bring more information as to what's going on there. But I'll tell you what, young man, you and I are going to have a long chat that night, and we're going to spend some time together, and I am 100% there for you as far as field and anything that you want to know, especially telling you the things that nobody else will tell you about how it really is out there. So I am looking forward to spending time with you. I'm going to attach myself to your hip, and we're going to go through this place.
Oh, you are wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Believe me, it's my pleasure. Andrea can tell you, I'm sure she echoes this. There's nothing quite like someone who just wants to immerse themselves in things and learn about things and think objectively. And, because the thing is, I will tell you, don't ever follow anybody's path. Don't follow my path. Don't follow anybody's. Take that information, follow your own.
Forge your own.
The only way we're going to push forward on this,
Yes, Aaron.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty cool. I feel like I'm sitting in the living room with them. And
actually, you are. Yeah.
Pretty much.
This is our holiday wreath, Ken.
Yeah.
It's the winter wreath now.
Well, I was just talking to Evan.
Our tree's still up. It's over. We keep saying we'll take it down tomorrow. Yeah, it's probably as long as we get it down before Easter, I think we're okay.
That's right.
But
there's no rush.
No. There is no rush. There's still lights burning. They haven't all burned out yet. One of the things that I want you all to know, well, first of all, Scott and Casey, Caroline and Brady couldn't be in better hands, because that house, Ken will tell you, will back me up. You never know what you're going to get. And so much of what you experience there really comes from your own intention. And Erin will back me up on this too, because of her experiences there. It's so much about your intention and your ability and your willingness to commune with the spirits, to make that connection. And what I think is so valuable in terms of connecting you now with Ken, who will be, I promise you, as important a person in your life as I am. I promise you this. He might as well be my brother. I think we have the same DNA, the same bloodline. There's something. What I have with you.
I don't.
There you go.
Just don't throw it on the keyboard, Ken. Don't throw it on the keyboard. I'm telling you right now. He will. He's been through it. He has seen the dark side. He chooses to live in the light. How many times have you heard me say the same thing? Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, there are dark forces. There are cosmic forces. We live in duality. We live where there is that constant conflict between good and evil, darkness and light.
That's right.
And he can guide you in a way even more so than I can, because sometimes it's too subjective for me. It's like it's too real, it's too raw, it's too close, it's too much history, it's too much. I mean, there are times at that farm where the energy is so combustible for me that I have to walk out of the house clear. Erin saw me do that several times over the Halloween weekend. And Ken was there, and Ken helped me that weekend because there were a couple of incidents and episodes where I was like, okay, I need to take a break now. And would just walk outside. He'd come put his arm around me, you know, get me back to true north. And then we'd go and we'd move on. And you don't ever have to feel self-conscious in front of him. Any experience that you have is absolutely valid and validated by him. And he will help guide you through that experience in a way that literally nobody else could do more effectively, including me, because he is like super intelligent, like uber off the charts intellect, but also objective, pragmatic, even sometimes a little skeptical. Like he'll try to figure out what it could be and rule out, what am I looking for? Like by process of elimination, right, Ken?
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, you know, I mean, your objectivity is important when you're doing this because you can eliminate things that you tend to maybe overthink and get past those to the real things that we should be paying attention to. I know in this place, and I'll tell you a lot more about, you know, our history. We don't have an extensive history there, but the first night I spent overnight in that house was about 6 months ago. And as I'm lying on the couch, I have a child over the back of the sofa that's just talking to me. And it was nothing horrifying, terrifying, frightening. I was to the point where I was kind of like chuckling about the whole incident, you know, because I don't get that from this type of place. So when you go in there, it's easier said than done, but everything that you've ever heard, and you've been there before, but everything that you've ever heard or think you heard or think you know about this or any other location, it's easier said than done, but you got to kind of check it at the door because Andrea said one key word, intention.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think you'll have an opportunity to see how we approach this type of thing, where essentially at the end of the day, We don't try to make it more difficult than what it is.
Yeah.
We're just trying to have conversations with people.
Yeah.
We're not, when we go into the Lizzie Borden house, for example, we're not trying to relitigate a trial.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're trying to talk to the person. She loved animals. She was involved with the church. So let's go there.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's the same way at the farmhouse. We have become, I want to say, quite close to the people who choose to come and speak to us. They're not trapped in the environment. And there's a relationship that's been built up there. And,
It's amazing.
So
very interesting.
You need that trust. And once that is developed, the sky's the limit. I really mean that.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
such an
makes
amazing
sense.
place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
remember the night that Ken, we were there with Cody and Satori, and it got real busy. And Satori is so super tuned in with spirit, and she's like, they're just like banging her door down, just banging, like they all want to talk, they all want to say something at once. She's like, whoa. Okay, so they identified me as being in the room, spelled it out in that method that they use, and then had a message. The group had a message for me. And so Satori very patiently, oh, that's so sweet, Bill. She said, okay, how many words? 4 words.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started spelling out, we miss your family.
Wow. Amazing. Wow.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, Ken? I'm sitting there on the sofa like, oh, God. I miss you too.
You okay? Are you okay?
No. I'm fine. Kleenex. And it's that kind, Ken knows what I'm talking about. It's you develop relationships. And I think that, one of the things, and, you read the books, we had some hard times in that house because we didn't know what we were and who we were interacting with.
Right.
Even Christine, my sister, which one is, if I could drag her ass out of bed, would attest to the fact that she felt guilt after the spirit with her head hanging off had leaned over her in the bed she took over my parents' original bedroom when they abandoned it because she wanted to get out from upstairs and come downstairs, and declared she had no fear until she had that encounter. And all these years later, 50 plus years later, she'll still say to me, I feel so guilty. I bolted away from her, and she wasn't posing a threat to me, but she was hard to look at. It was scary to me. I was just a kid, and I was so scared. And I don't think she meant to harm me at all. I think she was just watching over me. And I don't know how to apologize to her. And I mean, it's just heartbreaking when I hear stuff like that out of my 62-year-old sister who's still trying to come to terms with.
Nope.
Oh. No, I can't hear. Oh.
Lost her.
Nope.
Yeah.
There we are.
Nope.
No, we just
Okay.
can't hear Andrea.
Andrea's frozen.
They're just frozen in time.
No, what it's
What I was going to say when she gets back is she has, you have the benefit of 50 years later when you process all of this. And
That's a lot to process.
Yes.
What I was just going to say, Annie.
I could hear you. I could hear everything. That was spirit energy that just happened. That was spiritual influence and energy that just froze me. I'm hardwired into a system here.
I was just about to say that too. I was about to say, hey, you know what? This has happened before when she's mentioned different spirits.
Yeah.
This has happened before.
But 50 years later, with the benefit of retrospection, the benefit of wisdom and of age and looking back now, when you're not looking at through the lens of a 13, 14-year-old child.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get more information, you get more background, you find that your thoughts and your attitudes evolve from what they were, to what we are now. And that's one of the things we've been doing there. We've gone in there and done geological work, had nothing to do with investigating, but just trying to find out the geology of the property, looking back on old maps where buildings were in the 1800s that haven't been there for 100 years, metal detecting and things outside the realm, to just try to get more information about the property, because once you peel those things back, you'd be surprised that they reveal more about the people who were there. And for me, there's been so much between Cody Satori, Chris from our group doing his history research, Jacqueline doing things on her own, that when you come into a place with knowledge, rather than walking in and saying the typical, is there anybody here? Are you a man or a woman? But when you come in with knowledge and walk into that house and say, Abigail, hi, it's Ken. I'm back again. Thank you so much for having it. Now you can be more specific here in addressing someone rather than just being totally random. And this is where the research and the history comes in. Because you know yourself, if somebody walked in your door, used your first name and said hello, there's an immediate affinity to that person. There's a familiarity. So we've been building that. We've been working toward that there, and I hope that so much more reveals itself when you folks come there. I'm sure it will. I have no doubt.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
That the property and the farm is just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. And when I went there, I just felt so. It was just
drawn.
Drawn. I wasn't afraid. You hear the stories and the movie, and this wasn't afraid. It was just like, wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, that's how I felt, because when I went there, because I have a group of friends and I told them that I was going, and they're like, oh, was it scary or anything? I'm like, no. I'm like, it was beautiful. I felt drawn to it. The house was amazing. I felt welcome. I felt safe.
Yeah.
I feel peaceful there. I feel very peaceful there.
And I think
Plus, you're automatically the coolest kid in your group.
And I think too, Ken, that gets back to, like you had said, the knowledge and reading up on it and getting the information and going in and knowing what's going on in there. And
and Annie will tell you this. We've had so many talks about how this all works behind the curtains, and I never thought, and I'm almost at 50 years doing this, almost. I never thought that my job was to go find ghosts or prove ghosts exist. It was just document what might be there. I think they probably find us more than it is the other way around.
Wow.
And it all depends on your approach. And trust me when I'm telling you, you may not get a verbal or audible response, but I will guarantee you they hear everything that you're saying. There is no question in my mind, and that's been proven to us.
Ken, Casey had asked me this morning, since this is Brady's first bona fide investigation with real paranormal investigators, that you got the cream of the crop for your first time out, Brady.
Honestly, how did this come about? It's just, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
but,
absolutely.
She asked me a question this morning about anything that they might want to get him in terms of equipment to use at the house. And I basically said, your best piece of equipment is using your own, tapping into your own abilities, your own innate, your sixth sense, your third eye. You are your best sensory receptor. But a lot of people have really great luck with different gizmos and gadgets. She had asked me, should they get him a spirit box? And I didn't even know how to answer that, because the only spirit box I have is John Lento's Shack Hack, which is, very, tweaked perfectly. And I don't use it. I don't even use it. I might even bring it to the farm the next time I go and leave it there for other people to use, because I don't need it. But Brady, oh my gosh, gee, your birthday's coming up, huh? Okay, Mom, send me your address. Okay, it just occurred to me to pass this gift along. And Ken will show you. Ken will show you how to use it. It's just an old Radio Shack transistor radio that's been tweaked so that it picks up higher. He'll explain all of that. Yeah. But I did tell him to get or I told Mom to pick him up a small handheld recorder. And so is there anything else that you feel that he would need to have with him that would enhance his experience of this?
Right.
I have a closet you can see behind me right there. Yeah. It is completely, if I open that, the equipment we have would fall out. But let me say this about that. I just gave our DVR system to Cody and Satori.
Wow.
For the farm, because we barely use it anymore. We've got 6 or 8 high definition cameras that are portable now.
Yep. Night vision. Yep.
Yeah. So, you're going to use a couple of different types of ITC devices, communication. So if you don't have one, don't feel like you have to rush out and get one for that particular night. But I'm going to tell you something now. It's not going to make a lot of the merchants out there happy.
Well.
But after so many years of doing it, honestly, less is more. I have a recorder. We have cameras. I've got some things we use to measure and document the environment and how there might be environmental changes, barometric pressure, things like that, and how that might affect us and our own perception. So it's been a 40-year ongoing experiment to see how much of it is them and how much of it is us.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we do. But you know what? If you have a notebook and a camera and a recorder, you are a professional paranormal investigator at that point, because you really don't need a lot of things that light up and go ping and buzz, and because none of those things are designed to detect ghosts, despite what they will tell you to market them.
Yes.
And the other thing I will tell you, the less equipment that you have, the less intimidating you appear to whoever can you imagine you're going in with all this, show yourself, and they don't know if you're some kind of medieval knight with
all the bells and whistles going off.
Yeah, I've definitely learned from that a lot of spirits too don't like to be on camera, and I know they definitely do feel intimidated when they have all this equipment at them, and
well, they don't know what it is. It's beyond their experience. Think about when most of them were alive, electricity didn't exist.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Think about
Very
it.
good point. Yep.
Well, we've had instances, and Annie mentioned Cody and Satori, where some of the most remarkable conversations we had is when they can see into our world where we are. Unfortunately, we can't onto theirs. And they're literally asking us questions about the objects in the room. Someone brought a couple of Mylar balloons one time for an experiment, red and green. Move the red one, move the green one. We went so far beyond that. You know, so this particular woman who lived there 200 years ago, who is just an absolute dear, her name is Sarah Whipple, and this is a different location. What are those?
Wow.
They're balloons. Huh, why do they float? And she's spelling this out in their method.
Did this happen at the Payne House?
Yes.
Oh, God, that place. Oh, my God.
There's air in it. So she's like, so she spells out, what are they for? And we're trying to explain, well, you know, they're for celebrations, they're for anniversaries. And she just spells out why. And, you know, we had to think about it. It's like, you know, you're absolutely right, Sarah. Why? What's the point? and then spells out the words very odd.
That is so
Isn't that
How
amazing?
amazing. How amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's so much to gain.
Well,
so much
something
to learn.
happened at the farmhouse. We had one of those K2 meters on a table. I just walked into the kitchen and I said, Abigail, Abby, if you're here, if you're curious, I promise you, if you go around that, you can, and then it started lighting up. The next thing I know, I turn around, I got 10 people behind me, no word of a lie, who made their way into the room. It's like, excuse me, I'm having a private conversation here with my friend Abigail. So they're all gathered around and the thing is lighting up. And then later on, when the kids came, I said, could you ask if she was making that light up? And she said, yes, me and my husband, Edwin. Edwin was too.
Wow.
He's very curious. So, you know, that kind of corroboration. So they're capable and willing to do it. But again, you know, the trust has to be there.
Yeah, that's like
Absolutely, yeah.
Ken, take over the show with Tony for me for a minute. I think we've got somebody on the property that shouldn't be here. My dog's going a little nuts, okay? So
Okay.
I don't know what's going on here, but let me mute in case she starts barking.
Okay.
Right. Don't do anything crazy, okay?
Yeah, be careful, Andrea.
Yeah, be
Careful.
careful.
All right. Ken, it was nice meeting you. I'm going to take a quick break.
Oh, sure.
All right.
Nice meeting you as
Tony,
well.
good seeing you.
We'll get you
Good to
there
see
at
you
some
too.
point.
Yes, sir.
Ken,
So I guess
thank you
that's
so
all-
much.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
time and coming on the show. And it's nice to see you almost in person and getting
Sure.
to meet Brady, because this is huge. And Brady is very lucky that he has this chance. And I'm sure there's many, many other people out there that would love to have this opportunity.
I love it when people come with open minds and open hearts and come into any place we're doing. By the way, hello, hi Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Ken. How are you?
I'm doing very
Hey, I
well.
got to tell you, though, I know this was put up through the comments, and lots of people said this, including Andrea, but Ken and his team are definitely the best out there, and you will get an opportunity to experience things that other teams may not be able to produce or explain, or and especially at the farm. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for you, and you're definitely going to enjoy it. And you're in great hands with Ken and his team.
Oh, I thank you for that. And I think Brady, Rise Up's going to gift you with a little something that night too, I think.
Wow,
Aw.
that's very sweet.
Thank you.
No, I'm looking forward to it. You know, when people come, I love when we have groups where I say, has anybody been to the house before? And no hands go up. I love that because people are empty vessels. And I don't mean that
Right, yeah.
have no expectations.
Yes.
But the thing that's, and I'm sure Annie has said this, it's disturbing sometimes the way the house is portrayed. And we understand there's a movie. I mean, and that movie is never going to go away.
Yeah.
But the way people have portrayed it on, YouTube, social media, for getting clicks and likes and things like that. You've been there. You know how warm the house is, and it's absolutely beautiful for a house.
Oh, I love
The
it.
smell too.
That era.
I can
Sure.
smell it like right now.
So what we're trying to do with Jacqueline Nunez, who's the current owner, is that, you know, we had a meeting of the minds months ago when we were first introduced, and, you know, there was the possibility that we could go there and do some things, and we've run a couple of events, but we're coming from really the same direction, in as much as we just want to give people an accurate and true portrayal of what it is, and then they can make up their own minds.
Right.
Yeah.
But the best thing about a place like this is the first thing we're going to do is show you some evidence we documented there before the tour, and then you get a home cooked meal by me. I'm a good cook, I promise.
I would just go for the meal. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah, we're not going to order pizzas or anything. I'm cooking for everybody.
The real deal. Okay.
Right. So, you know, but the best part about this is when we tell you about things that happen there, it will be not that they happened 50 years or 100 years ago. Hey, here's something that happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's where it gets pretty exciting.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So we're not, there's so much there. We're not just repeating the same stories over and over.
That's the other great. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm sure the farm never disappoints.
No. I mean, there are a few places that, I mean, and Tony can vouch for this. I mean, there are places that sometimes are very active, and another trip back, they're not. And then their trip back, they are. And it's just the nature of what we do. But
right. Yeah, that's an excellent point. I mean, it can change from hour to hour, let alone day to day or week to week. And you never know what's going to happen. But the other great thing about working with Ken and his team is that whatever they're going to show you, the evidence beforehand, you know, I put 100% faith in Ken and his team that what they're showing you, has been looked at 100 times or more to figure out if it could be something of a standard response to what was occurring, or that it's truly paranormal, and what you're going to see will truly be paranormal, because they'll have already gone through every layer to determine if it could be easily debunked by something normal. So you're going to have a great time. No doubt about it.
We've had our debates within the group. Let's put it that way. We've had debates amongst ourselves, and, you know, and then reached the conclusion that there's really nothing there. It could be something else. And, you know, it's disappointing, but at the end of the day, if we are going to show people what's going on, we already want to ask the questions that we think everybody else would too, and get out ahead of it. Andrea, how are you? Everything okay?
Yeah, it was not a trespasser with 2 legs. It was 2 trespassers for a total of 8 legs. It was a possum, which my mother likes to refer to as night pigs. And, mixing it up with a raccoon in our front yard.
Oh.
All right.
And my little dog, who has supersonic hearing and a supersonic snout, stood at that door and told me there was something going on in the front yard. So yeah, where's okay.
I like that. I have to go. I got to get up early tomorrow for work, but it was so nice to see both of you.
It was lovely, sweetheart. I love you, Caroline. You take care of
too.
yourself.
Okay.
I'll see you soon.
Okay.
Get
Is
some
that
rest.
sweet, you
Good night.
can?
Sorry, but you're stuck with us, so you can't get rid of us.
No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Hey, how long do you want me to stay here, by the way?
I want you to stay as long as we're on the air. Oh my God, you're just a plethora of information.
I was actually sitting there, editing video, going over some things from an investigation. I'm talking with Erin, and she says, "You got to go on Annie's show. They just sent you a link," and I'm like, "What's that?"
Say what?
Yeah. What? Who did? They just sent you a link. And the phone is ringing and everything like that. So, yeah, I didn't come here to hijack the show.
No. Oh my God, you are talk about really talk about an extra added bonus. This is like an extra gift for Brady.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ken, for taking the time.
Yes,
I
thank
mean-
you.
Surely.
I want him to know you because, I saw how you took Cody under your wing years and years ago when he was 15 years old, I think is
Only maybe a little bit older than that, maybe 17 or something like that.
Yeah. And I saw how you so lovingly guided him and patiently answered every question, and we're there to to basically begin passing the torch. And we have to do that, Ken. You have to admit that at some point you and I, we're roughly the same age, we're in our 60s.
Rocking chairs, you and I are going to be in a rocking chair someday.
Yep.
Playing checkers, yelling at each other.
And I want to get that occasional, phone call from Brady, like, oh my God, this just happened. Oh my God, this is amazing. Oh my God, I remember when Ken told me, blah, blah, blah. I know that. To me, that's what's so exciting about having this communion occur. This time when souls come together and touch each other's lives in inexplicable ways. It is, Brady had said earlier before you came on the show that just meeting, about a year and a half ago in a little theater in Middleborough, Massachusetts, changed all of our lives for the better.
Mm-hmm.
I have this lovely, incredible extended family that I didn't know existed until that day. And there was an energy, a frequency, a resonance, something. I don't know if there's a word to even explain it. Are you yawning? Are you bored? Here.
I have that effect on it.
No, if she's yawning, it's at me. It's like, Mom, you're always on the phone or you're on that computer thing. And
talk to somebody else besides me. Right?
Yes, talking and touching. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the live investigation that we did Sunday from that theater.
Could you? I can connect you to, and you can send them the link to that. Did you guys see the live investigation from the farm on Sunday?
No, we didn't.
No.
Yeah,
that was Ken's team.
Really?
Was there? Mm-hmm. Yep.
I had no idea.
From the jump. Cody, Satori, myself, the whole gang was there.
Wow.
From the jump. So when Annie mentioned the theater, you have to check it. You're not going to believe what happened at that theater. But I wanted to go back to Cody for a minute, because when you're around as long as some of us are, and you got to remember, like when we started this, there was no Facebook, there weren't cell phones, there was no internet. It was just me and my buddy Jesus going out and investigating. That's how long ago that was. But with Cody, you could tell immediately that he was in this for the long haul, and I kind of see those same qualities in Brady. Like he's looking for this, and I will give you this piece of grandfatherly advice: never let this define who you are.
Right.
You don't want to be the ghost hunter.
Yeah.
Do other things. Whatever your interests are: art, music, architecture, whatever, acting, singing, whatever they are. This is something that you can always lean on in terms of your own curiosity, but never let it define you.
Yeah.
But I see those same qualities, and you can tell immediately if people are curious, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to go on an investigation and see what it's like, and then that's pretty much the end, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. but occasionally you meet young people. Satori had no choice anyway. She was born. She was born into royalty. So,
Yep.
but you can see it in people that I want to give this a go and keep asking questions, because believe me, and Andrea will vouch for this, we still don't know everything that's going on. Can I introduce you to one more person?
Yes.
This is Xander.
Oh, Xander. Hello,
Hi, Xander.
darling.
Hi,
Oh,
Mom.
who's with Grandpa tonight? Yes.
And he is also your ghost hunter too, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got proton. He's got more equipment than I do. Right. I think he was just you coming up to say good night. He's dying to press a button here and knock us all off the air.
Yeah.
Probably down in there.
Wipe us right off. Yep. Show's over. Kid said so.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been there and done that.
I wanted to bring Ecto 1 down.
You can bring Ecto 1 down. Go ahead.
Ecto 1's coming. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have the model of the. Yeah, I've got a lot of crap in here.
You do. You have good
See,
kid crap.
I've got. See that little? Let me see if I can. That little ghost right there.
Yes.
Stained glass, a UFO above it.
Yeah.
And where is? Oh, you're gonna love this. I don't know where I put it. Oh, I'll be right back.
He'll be right back.
Sure.
Okay.
This is such a pleasant surprise.
This is wonderful.
I wanted to ask him to come on the show. I thought it was just too short notice. He's always so busy. Oh, look at
Oh, there you
This
go.
is so cool.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
need one of those, Ken. I need a link.
Now
I need a link for that wherever you got it.
my daughter-in-law had made this for me for Christmas because she's into stained glass. The only thing she wanted to do was put a cow right about here. It was kind of delicate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got stuff like this.
Wow.
Yeah, you need at least a cow sticker. At least that for sure.
For sure.
Well, I've definitely already decided that I'm going to pass John Lento's spirit box to Brady. Unfortunately, it's in Florida and I'm here in Georgia. So it'll have to wait till I get back to Florida so I can pack it up and send it to you.
No worries. Wow.
Nice.
It will be, for the future, for your future exploits and your investigations. And, the thing, Ken, I have to agree with you. I see a lot of similarities between Cody and Brady. He's just a few years behind where Cody was when he first came into this. But, the thing is with Cody had an experience very early in life where basically he left us and then came back. And I think that part of this great gift that he has stumbled upon with Satori is not only the fact that she is so open and so pure of heart and so loving toward the spirits that they are naturally drawn to her, but they recognize Cody because he's been to the other side and then come back. And Ken and I have talked at length about this, that the same was true. The two members of my family that had the most encounters, the most frequent encounters, and the most personal encounters were my mother and my sister Cindy. And both of them had near-death experiences. Cindy, when she was only 2 months old, during a major surgery where they lost her on the table and brought her back when she was a baby. And my mother also had an experience where she was literally, before she even had children, laying in a hospital room with pneumonia that was killing her. She died, and she was hovering above herself, watching them bring her back to life, and said that it was like being sucked back into a vortex when she came back. Now we've talked about this on the show before. I've had her on a couple of years ago, and also way before when I did the show with George as a blog talk radio show, and she talked about this and being in such a peaceful place, not wanting to come back, not knowing what the future would hold, not caring. She was in such a warm, beautiful, peaceful place that she had no desire to come back to Earth. But there was a greater plan for her, and that was to have 5 children and to eventually move to that farm and have the experiences that she had with the spirits in that house. And then 30 plus years later, for me to be the one that picked up a pen and started writing our stories down, and then was forced to learn how to use a computer to start to chronicle these events that eventually became a trilogy of books that, really encapsulated not just my experiences, but my entire family's experiences at the farm. And we're learning new things all the time. I'm going to reprint my books within, I would say, the next year. My intention is to republish the books, including information that we have learned about the spirits since.
Wow.
Since in all these years. Like, for instance, Ken, remember the incident where Cody and Satori were introduced to a spirit who identified himself as Joseph? Remember? And everybody was like, well, who's Joseph? We don't remember a Joseph. And his next response was, Nancy called me Manny.
Manny. Yeah.
50 plus years later, we're learning that the spirit that we thought might have been Johnny Arnold was actually named Joseph. And we need to have further conversations with him. I need to ask him some questions, but for him to remember, is there literally no time? This is one of the questions that we really need to answer, Ken. Does time exist where they are?
I would think that time is not linear anymore, where time is a universal invariant. It's linear, it moves forward. I'm taking a wild guess. I'm not in a hurry to find out, but we will someday.
Yeah.
I don't think time is linear at all. But there is so much other things, like how would we know that Abigail kept pear trees?
Unless she told us.
There are 2 pear trees.
And it had to be 2 pear trees so that they could blossom, so that they could cross-pollinate. And she told them exactly where they were on the property. And Jacqueline promised to go get 2 pear trees and replant them on the property to make Abigail happy.
That's awesome.
Or the girl who would come and take their vegetables out of the garden. You remember that one?
Yep.
Somebody on a spirit box got a name. I don't know what the name was. I want to say Ruth. Let's just say it's Ruth. And no one knew who Ruthie was, and no clue. And then Cody and Satori, and I guess Abigail had said Ruthie would come and take the vegetables out of our garden and steal them, or something like that. But this is the thing where you get communication, because you can look up names, dates, and times.
Mm-hmm.
But with this type of thing, you get emotional content that isn't available to us. Like, we get to, like, what were you thinking? How were you feeling? I know when you passed away. I know what the members of your family's names were. I know when you moved in here or when you built it. But you start communicating on a personal level. And this is what I alluded to before, when you're armed with this information, you can walk into a place and it doesn't have to be a probing, searching thing. Is there anybody here? Are you male or female? The typical questions.
Yeah.
When you have that information, boom, immediately walk in, introduce yourself like any gentle person would. My name is so and so. Thank you so much. Is Abigail here? Abigail, are you available with tonight? Just as you would walking into anybody's house. You can, and you will never go wrong with that approach. You will never go wrong.
No, and the thing that they've made it very clear through Cody and Satori, they have made it very clear that one of the reasons that they were so very fond of our family was because we were respectful to them, because we acknowledged them and respected them and had reverence for them. And, even though there were times that we were legitimately fearful about things that were happening in the house because we didn't understand, it doesn't mean that it was their intention to terrify us.
Yeah.
Maybe they just needed to make their presence known so that we could open up the lines of communication. And it took all these decades for us to realize that they were just trying to talk to us.
Yeah.
That can be misinterpreted so many ways. If I knew I could knock a book off the shelf or move something, manipulate something in the physical world to get your attention, your first reaction is probably going to be to scream and run out of the room because this is not supposed to happen. So a lot of times we misinterpret that, and then we start going down rabbit holes about evil and oh my God, and it's like, oh Lord, Lord, that is so overdone.
Yeah, it is. And if I hear the word demon again, honest to God, oh my God, don't even get me going. I know. But that's the thing. There are some people, and Brady, this is particularly important for you to pay attention to, is, how we were saying earlier, light and love, your mom and I are both on the same page when it comes to that. That applies to them as well. If they will embrace you, if not physically, they will certainly embrace you emotionally and welcome you into their home. Because you need to understand that to them, there's an attachment that they have to that place that none of us, Ken will be the first to tell you, none of us can explain why some spirits, some people pass and they move on and you never hear from them again. You never see, they're off doing their own good work someplace else in the universe, maybe. Who knows? Maybe there is this thing called heaven. Maybe there is. I don't know. None of us know any of this. But what I will tell you is that I know they want to communicate. They want to communicate in a civil, peaceful, kind way. They don't mean to scare you. Don't be scared. Be not afraid. How many times have you heard me say, be not afraid. Just be brave, be bold, be loving, be kind, be, your best self, your highest spiritual self, to the place where you know that you have evolved to at this point in your life, and then open that up to them. And you will have remarkable, life-altering experiences in that house. Things will happen to you there. And I want you to connect with Ken in such a way that you get a phone call and say, ask Mom if you guys want to come and join us at the Pain House. The Pain House is one of the most extraordinary places that I have ever been. There's never been a time that I've been there with Rise Up that I didn't have experiences in that house. And they've had a plethora more than I have because they're there regularly. It's one of their destinations. When you feel this place, Carol, I want Caroline to go. I want Scott, I want you, Casey, I want all of you to go to the Pain House and have that experience too. And it's actually closer to where you live than it's in Coventry,
Oh, okay.
Rhode Island. So it's not as far a drive for you as going to the farm. And you will get just as much out of it. And I would love to talk to you after you go do this so that we can do a little bit of comparative analysis. What did you feel there versus how it feels to be at the farm? You know, that kind of thing. I'm getting a notification that we have like 3 minutes left here. And I cannot believe where 2 hours went. I know I say that every week, but tonight it is particularly true.
I get away easy. I was only here for like 30 minutes. So.
No, a little bit longer than that. And every minute was gold.
Yes.
You know,
Oh, absolutely.
I can't thank you. I can't thank you enough.
If I can get, absolutely, if I get 20 seconds to address Brady on something,
please.
I'm just going to make one more sentence to every piece of good advice that Andrea gave you about communications and opening up your heart. The one thing you'll find is if you do it in their realm, you will carry that over to yours.
Yes.
And you'll start to treat people the same way. And if you open yourself up to that light, you'd be amazed it carries over into your life now.
Yes. He's absolutely right.
That's it.
It will change you irrevocably for the better. You know, I agree with what Ken said about you know, don't let paranormal research define you.
Right.
But this is something beyond curiosity for you, Brady. I believe that you were born to do this. I believe that you were. I truly do. And Casey, I compliment you on the raising of your children. You and Scott have done a remarkable job. You have an extraordinary family. But I'm telling you that Brady is special. That there's something about him that is otherworldly already. So he is prepared. This isn't just about, you know, being mildly curious for him.
No, he's ready. He wants this.
Yes, this is something
feels
else.
it.
Yep, this is at a higher level. It is. And, you know, on that note, I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. Tony had to skip out and go produce another show. Bill is still with us, but tonight's show meant the world to me. It did. It meant the world to me.
Meant the world to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you all. I love you. And my brother, Ken, I'll give you a call. We got stuff to talk
about. Thank you so much, Annie.
Okay.
We'll see you folks soon.
Okay.
Thank you, Ken, very much.
Thank you, Ken.
I love you. And so what I will do is close the show out tonight with the message that I frequently leave everyone with: be the light you seek. Be the light. Good night, everyone.